Barbell Bridge. We're going to talk about doing the barbell bridge from the floor and off of a box today. The biggest thing is rib cage position. So many people, when they get set up, they'll get in the right position to start, the bars across their hips, and then when they go to do, the first thing they do is they'll arch their back to where their low back comes off the ground, and then when they bridge up, their hips are dropped low, their low back is really arched, and their rib cage is expanded open. So we're going to cue you, and I'll demonstrate here in a second, but you're going to push your low back into the ground, okay, and then you'll immediately feel pressure, a little bit of pressure into your feet. Then you're going to push your belly toward the ceiling to create stability into your spine. Then when you come up, the motion's all in your butt, not in your low back. So there are certain bridge variations that we can do to bias your back. It kind of depends on the intent that we're after. And for this movement in particular, we're after your glute development. So again, low back into the ground, belly button toward the ceiling. You're pushing the barbell down into your thighs. Bridge up, come back down. So you're trying to keep your feet flat and drive through your heels. So on the box, the setup is the same as if I go from the side here. A lot of people, when you add the box, will really start to arch their back. So see how my chest is not moving, but my hips are? That motion's coming from my upper back when I want the motion to come from your hips. So a simple way to prevent that is to go to the top position, tuck your hips under you, okay, and then think about putting your chest in your front pockets. So that'll bring you here. So then when you lower, this whole section is going to stay frozen and rigid to where your hips are the only thing moving. So your head should be looking between your knees at the bottom position, and when you come up, you should be looking at the ceiling. So the only thing that's moving is your hips. We don't want to be doing bridges like this. Again, notice how in this position, my back and my hips are moving when I want to isolate just your hips. So when you get set up with a bar over ground to start, same setup, back into the ground, drive my heels, belly toward the ceiling, up top, hold, back down. Then when I add the height of the box just allows me to train through a little bit more range of motion. And I would recommend using a bar pad. If you don't have a bar pad, take some towels, roll some towels up, or put like an AirX pad or a yoga mat or something just to create cushion as you increase the load on the bar so it's not jabbing into your hip bones.